Hello everybody, final SWC highlights video, and it's gonna be of the final Jade Dragons versus the Oni Warriors. Would Genetics be able to go back to back, or would the Jade Dragons break all of the curses at once? If you're watching this, you probably already know the Jade Dragons broke a great many curses. They went up 2-0, got pegged back to 2-2, and then just ripped it in the final game. They really just went all out, showed no fear, and I think that's the reason that they won. They had the greatest depth of strategy in this tournament, and also they played so unafraid. Ever since they went down 2-0 to the Ferryman, they just committed on everything. I think that's a big part of why they won. Great calling, great commitment from the team, and just feeding off the energy from the crowd. Anyway, thanks very much for 9K subs, and enjoy the clips from the final.
The grand finals of the Smite World Champions. Introducing your teams. First up, the Jade Dragons. And their opponents across the way, Oni
Is there anything that you would like to say to your opponents?
Let's play some good Smite. Let's give the audience some good games, and yeah, let's do it.
Nika, same for you.
Yeah, I mean, let's just have the best set we could possibly have, and best of luck.
I love to hear it, gentlemen. Shake hands.
But it starts right now. Game number 1 of the grand finals with Gormizer and Trelly.
And the control in solo lane was a huge, huge portion of the Dragons' win. Right now, he's controlling, and he's got a little help to get it done. Sot is gonna have the Athena coming in, turns it around with a stun. Lasra getting low, needs a little help. The taunt is good for the damage. The follow-up doesn't seem to be there. He might be slow, but he's walking out. Meanwhile, Nika not only taking the fight, but he's got the assistance. Coast comes over, and it's first blood for the Dragons. You could make bigger plays.
Oh, yeah.
You've got Sot dead to rights on left. Fire.
Dardes has ult.
Started up by the Dragons, like you said, Dardes with half health already. You've got a few warriors now, all 5 stepping up to the Dragons. A little bit of damage thrown their way. Nika into the backline immediately, causing some disruption. Damage on to Pagon. Zoning out, jumps in, has Genetics locked down. Oh, straight down, hits on 2, and that's what you need from Dardes. Completely opens up this fight, but Sot goes in. Oh my God, Sot with the damage towards the back. They pick off Lasbra, and now you've got a little help. Panatom again, taunt machine. What can he do, and what can he bring? And right now, it's the damage from the mid laner who's getting it all done. Coast in a bad spot. He turns one around. It's 3-3, both teams.
Made it over just in time. SOT starting it up. Netroid has the crit online already, but Nika, PBM, they spot this out immediately.
Still have 2 from the Dragons that aren't going to be there, and very specifically, no Dardes and no Dardes ult available to try and secure this one. Could be the full coin flip. Nika into the back immediately on towards Netroid. Warriors secure themselves the Fire Giant. Now the fight afterward is going to be just as massive. What can the Dragons do? Right now it's just try to get away, but Sot doesn't seem to get the memo. Goes a little far, takes a little damage. The Warriors retreat, and they've got Fire on 5. Like you said, a little slower. Tier 2, oh my God, getting chunked down quickly by the Warriors. And Pentatom goes in, forces the beads onto Coast. And now falls back, has Genetics. Dharmic Pillars dropped, locked in and corralled are the Dragons. But the turnaround, and specifically the ult from Dardes, gets the job done, and the damage is there to start mounting their defense. Pagon leaps in, good stun, allows the Dragons to fall back and slows the Warriors in their tracks.
Hey, to defend, they have to watch out for the Spirit of the 9 Winds. Dardes is still a target.
Panatom again, double taunt. He's gone to Nika. Nika jumps in. He wants this fight. Dardes shoots it straight down mid. Only connects onto 1, but it's Sot, who's half health, and the rest of the Warriors taking out Pagon. Alternate timeline, tries to get the job done. Nika goes too deep and dies. Lasbra, Coast combine and get themselves a traded out kill
They
mid
still have
for Solo. The Titan knocking down this tier 2 tower, and with a little bit of pressure and a little bit of help from the Dragons, they're gonna get it.
They don't have to leave. I don't know what the Jade Dragons are doing. Push forward. You've got the Titan on your side, but they don't want to gamble. They don't want to risk it. They know Fire Giant is spawning here.
Fall back. They look for their opening. They try to find that fight, but Sod a little late to the party, and the loop does not work here. Instead, Fire Giant started up again by the Warriors.
Going for it. DPS is slow. Dardes is nearby, and of course the Jade Dragon step forward. Panatom takes a lot of damage.
You have to be careful here if you're Panatom. They don't have the jump in that they want, though, the chase down. Instead, they turn their eyes towards Pagon, and they've got the damage, but he's got the leaps. Good stun from Nika, locks him down. The alternate timeline keeps him going, but only for a second longer. Killed off, and Coast opens up this fight. Now Sot, Genetics trying to run. Panatom, Netroid forced out by Lasbra, and the EFG open for the Dragons.
The Chin-Hands Fire Giant Genetics is the only one nearby. Dharmic Pillars and SOT with a teleport. They want to try and defend.
Sot goes into the back. You don't have that ult if you're Dardes. It's true 50-50. Dharmic Pillars drop. Dragons, though, get the enhanced Fire Giant. They need to win this fight. Lasbra is low, but Lasbra is safe. And the turnaround, yeah, you lose your jungler, but you're killing them one by one. Get the job done. Netroid, nowhere to run, and the Dragons get a DSI. They're going to run down right and get this Phoenix and look for this game.
Fire Giant, this Phoenix is an afterthought. They're stepping forward. They're walking into the Titan room, and they won game 1.
The damage, it's enough. Game 1, and a little bit of momentum goes over to the Jade Dragon.
45 minutes into this game. One pick is all it took, Gore. One pick onto Pagon. And the overcommitment from the Oni Warriors means the Jade Dragon.
Well, my mind goes to the late game. That is where this game went. There was a bit of a lull through the early mid, not a whole lot of kills, and then we got to this stalemate at the Fire Giant. The Oni Warriors seemed to have the impetus, but they just did not have objective secured. Dardes on this Kukulkan, absolutely key, ripping those ults as often as he could and denying pressure to the Oni Warriors. When it came to the late game, they lacked the damage to kill Nika, they lacked the damage to kill Mike because Panatom went that build. They only have 2 real damage dealers in Pagon and Netroid, and that meant they weren't ever able to shred the front line, and so FG could be just stalemated forever by the Jade Dragons.
And so, Hazer, what do you want to see from the Oni Warriors resetting for game 2?
I think I'd like to see them switch sides and just ban out that Athena themselves, go back towards what they've prepped. I think that draft from the Jade Dragons threw off their prep. They didn't expect the Athena to get through. They didn't expect to be able to pick it in those 2nd and 3rd slots. So it threw off their draft. They weren't able to convert with the draft that they ended up getting. And I want them to go back to what they prepared last night, what they talked about this morning, and what they came into this tournament intending to do.
Let's see how close the Jade Dragons are. Can the Oni Warriors bounce back in game number 2?
Lasbra's going to be chilling, whereas Panatom, he's got the blink, right? He wants to fight as much as possible.
Nika needs to be a little...
Not available for Nika, but SOT can get here any moment. Panatom doesn't take too much damage here, but life of the party already down.
Yeah, Mike has to play carefully. Already knocked back. Gold Fury. Maybe the question of teleport coming through as well from the Osiris. This is the Warriors showing their hand. They want the Gold Fury. Like you said, no life of the party, and already half health for Mike. Has to play careful. Panatom into the back, jumps onto Coast, takes him down to half, but takes his life in the process. And now the turnaround, the Dragons get the Fury. They're looking for the fight. Dardes with the chase. One more auto kills off Pagon. You lose Lasbra. You're looking like you might lose Mike, but Coast wants to help out. You need the safety, you need the numbers, and they don't have either. 2 towards the Dragons now. The runaway Dardes trying to make sure he keeps the numbers advantage, but they're gonna trade him all down the middle. Triple kill for Netroid, but Fury for the Dragons.
Dardes isn't done though here, Gore. He wants to
No
get that
way.
kill on. He's gonna get the shutdown, and Dardes matches the triple kill. He is not gonna be rolled over.
Panatom playing aggressive. Watch Lasbra looping around, wants to find someone, knocked back away from Panatom, but instead goes for his ult. Knock up, at least good for some disrupt. Now you've got Mike rotating in, no ult to his name. You've got Genetics, you've also got Solo or Troll coming around. The Dharmic Pillars go massive here for the Warriors, and they take down Mike. They take down Coast, and it's a double for the carry, looking to continue his tirade through the Dragons, and Sot looking to continue these kills. All you need is a few more, and you get another 8-4 Warriors.
on the side of the Oni Warriors. Heck, you could even use it for the Winds of Smash. There's just a whole lot. Jade Dragon's got the Pyro, but Nika jumps in.
Yeah, has a stun onto Pagon. Does he have the help necessary? No, he's taking a lot of damage. The burn from Merlin is something you have to worry about. Watch Sot. Is he going to go over the wall? And he is! Leaps onto Mike, and it's a split fight, but Panatom right now. Genetics, the two that are the lowest, and the chase is on. But Dardes, no, he gets caught out. Dardes with no beads has nothing to fight with. Lasbra trying to make up for his mid laner, and he's going to help find at least one. Netroid, Genetics, Pagon, they're all low. Yeah, you find Lasbra, but how long can you last when you are surrounded by Coast, when you are surrounded by Mike? Pagon dashes backwards, tries to stay alive, but the zone, the hammer, the smackdown from Nika gets one, and now Sot on the
There it is.
They can the full-on deicide here. Right side Phoenix just as low, and that bomb still in pocket. Panatom leaps away. A little bit of pressure goes a long way, but you need your minions. You need someone to tank it up. Right now, it's over in left where it's all happening. Sot seems to see they have an opening. Stun out from Nika to try and peel, and their turn in this fight. It's 3v2. The Warriors have the numbers advantage, but the silence, the CC, it's not quite good enough. No, Nika, it's falling apart for the Dragons on left, and that silence goes on long. They can't speak, but it buys time. Right side Bird goes the way of the Dragons.
And through, and now Enhanced Fire Giant. Looks like the Warriors are going to go in for their pull. Genetics wants to defend the Phoenix, but it looks like he's going to give it up, and here come the Dragons.
It can be a 50-50. Already 50% down. That's going to be the danger. All you need is a straight auto from Coast or some damage. They go in, and the Jade Dragons take away the Enhanced Fire Giant. They lose Lasbra, but look at the kills, and look at the damage right now from Dardes. They pick up Solar Troll. You lose Coast. You lose 3 in the grand scheme, but you've got the EFG, and you slow the Warriors down.
Well, the Jade Dragons will not have this buff for much longer. If they want to step forward, it's now, and Mike leads the charge for his team.
You need the runic bombs, one already used. You've got the damage life of the party, pulls him in. Lasbra into the back, wants a little more damage with the silence goes big, uses the knock up for the disengage, but he's taking a lot. Mike picks up one, but he trades out for the other. Nika leaps in. You've got backup, you've got low Warriors, but you're low yourself. You have to play it cautiously. Mid Phoenix hasn't taken a lot of damage. Goes a few straight shots, and the third bird gone for the Warriors.
The base completely broken. That Titan is looking low, Gore. The minions were pushing forward. Why not grab the right Phoenix off respawn? And look at this, the teleport in from Nika. They might want just a bit more. The Jade Dragons might want to step into the Titan room.
Bomb on Lasbra not available in terms of burst, and you have to be careful. Leap in from Sot onto Coast, putting pressure onto the carry, but now he's too far back.
Nika's on the Titan.
Separating
Nika's
everybody.
on the Titan.
Nika is on the Titan, needs a little bit of help.
He's
got
on the
fire
Titan.
minions. He's got some damage. Can they stop the Warriors right here? And right now they're going to do what they can. They've got more minions than you need. A few more autos, but the Dragons do it, and they are up 2-0.
Nika was on the Titan. He had the Axe of Animosity. He had the minions. Who cares if you can't win the fight? Just kill the Titan. That's what the Jade Dragons were after, and they find it. They put themselves up on World's Finals point.
They're in a good spot.
Yeah, we've already seen one reverse sweep so far this tournament, though. Let's not rule it out. And the Jade Dragons, they've got history of fumbling when they get put under pressure. I don't want to will it into existence, but they've got to make sure to keep their mental strong here going into game 3. I actually think that Dardes and PBM were the only 2 members of the Jade Dragons there that I would say outperformed their opposite number, and it's still an emphatic win for them. They looked dominant. They looked like the better team. They were confident, and Dardes is the key. I really want to see him keep going for those comfort picks, and I want to see the Oni Warriors shift away from these tank jungles. Panatom has done next to no damage in both of these games. The Gilgamesh looked okay, but I want to see him back on that hyper carry that he loves so much. Yeah, I would quite like to see early rotations from the junglers over to this duo side to pressure out and to take advantage of the weaknesses on the other side. The Khepri going to struggle into the Ganesh and into that pillar. We didn't even touch on that. Can be slowed out and can be just stuck in corridors by the Anhur one.
Game number 3, Jade Dragons, Oni Warriors right now.
Or, because you can use those ganks, you could be a pseudo jungler. In this case, there's not much that's going to close gap very quickly.
Through Nika. And trying to get him ahead. These stuns, the damage, the control he can have, but that silence oppressed Panatom. Lasbra coming over, and they want to fight. He's going to go for the up down, but so is Sot, but they have the turnaround. Wins the Shamash, slow him down, the damage, the life, they're getting low, but it's turning around. Lasbra looking for one more hit, gets the first blood, loses his life, and now Dardes with the rotation. Make sure this one will trade out 2 for 2 if he gets the auto, he has the ult. and does exactly what he needs.
That's a beautiful rotation and one that was necessary. Once Maman shows up, that's the problem. So smart by SOTS to not get further behind. Lasbra kicked into the wall. Is in a bit of trouble here. He's going to have to hold.
Down. You have to worry about it. The knockup's there. You've got Coast to back you up, but you need a little bit more than that. Panatom is going in, but Coast is looking for it. Procs the res. Lasbra taken down by Panatom. Netroid taken down by Coast, but he runs the wrong direction. Pagon lays there waiting, gets the damage, gets the kill, and is helping to turn this around, but with Panatom in a dangerous spot, and Genetics brought down low. The damage goes the way of the Dragons, and they pull that fight back to their advantage.
They'll take
2 of a crit, and Netroid's going to start things up. Again, Coast should be able to sniff this out.
Already
How
halfway.
confident are they feeling, and can they get in time? Nika's teleported over. You need the ult. You don't have the time. Gold Fury goes over to the Warriors. Now the fight starts up a little bit too late. The Dragons don't have a lot to work with. Mike pushed against the wall, killed off. Dardes barely jumping over kick. Good for CC, but he's going to get taken down. Meanwhile, Nika, Coast, they turn tail and run. They recognize they can't win that one. And look at those power spikes. And that's what I'm going to look at now, Charlie, because we've looked at some of the builds. You had mentioned Sot, who went back, finished off the shielding. You've got a little bit more defense, I think, this time for Nika, and maybe we'll hold that thought as Netroid tries to start the fight. Coast half health. You have to be careful here if you're the on her. Panatom jumps forward. Aegis used preemptively, but the beads save him, and now you've got Nika to save your life. You need the help, but it doesn't come in time. Coast goes down, and you have to swarm. You have to rally, and you have to kill off Panatom to make this go even. But with Genetics swooping in, the Warriors take that fight. They isolate Mike, and they're looking to take not just the kill lead, but a tier 2 tower and left. The Warriors get stopped. They go for the Fury instead.
I wouldn't even hate a call just to go split push, but the only Fury's here. Mike, the only one nearby.
Does not have the damage, does not have the steal, but now you have to worry about the fight. Solar Troll leaps in, is surrounded, but the damage is going the way of the Warriors. Coast forced to Aegis, can't get out of there. Nika chased down Mike, chased down, forced away under the tier 2 in mid, and the Warriors immediately moving over towards right.
Fire Giant call. Lasbra and Dardes on the left side of the map. They're not going to be anywhere near. Maybe Nika steps forward, but besides that, the Oni Warriors 5 strong. Jade Dragons are taking unfavorable fights just to try and stem the bleeding, but I think what Lasbra and Dardes have been doing is the correct call.
Dragons, and it's going to start with the Chaos Titan, but Panatom has eyes on the jungler, has eyes elsewhere. The Phoenix slowly getting knocked down. Sot over on left, Impale good from Coast defense, not enough to save the bird. Chaos Titan marching forward, with the Warriors opt to fall back. They recognize where their advantage is, and instead it's pressure onto right.
Engagement immediately gets poked out by Panatom. He's got the Bumba's Hammer. He's got Fire Giant buff. And he is a menace on the map currently. Not just one Phoenix is good enough. Dardes sneaks forward, goes for SOT, finds a little bit of damage, but they're going back.
They're deep in the back line. Panatom is the one to watch as he gets chased down. Dardes trying to make sure he controls him. You gotta be careful. The res, it comes through. Genetics saves his life, and the second bird falls down as the Warriors start to fall back. They recognize no poke, no kill, fall away right now. And the Fire Giant fight that could break through could be the most crucial portion of this game. Great silence from Mike, stops Panatom with a leap, comes back up. The winds of Shamash turn some things around, and the damage onto Coast, the shutdown onto Coast from the solo laner does exactly what you need. You've lost both the pillars in your side lanes, and the jungler to boot. 3 gone on the Dragons. The Warriors say no right here. Step forward. Mid Phoenix is the first target, but it is the Titan that they want more than anything. And it's Netroid. Oh my God, Dardes. He gets some damage, but he doesn't get the kill. Not enough to shut him down. 4 already gone, and you can't get the kill. The deicide, and the Warriors stand proud and push us to 4.
Oni Warriors will not be swept. 3-0 is out of the question. We have at least a game number 4 on our hands. 6-0 for Pagon, 6 kills for Panatom. What a performance. And of course, Genetics does not let his team fall. The Scarab's blessings were on point.
It's victory. No, the Oni Warriors have some life, Hazer.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to take a look at what was going on with PBM on the Ganesh here. I think we're going to see a lot of clips of a useless elephant sitting there while Panatom absolutely wails on people. I feel like this Gilga, we finally saw the value that Panatom was looking to bring with it, and there were just no answer on the other side. They had no answer to the rundown from Sot and from Panatom.
And I think that's because of that Khepri combination with it. The Ganesh all 3 games so far has been rather useless, and I think we
just a lights out performance from Pagon on Tiamat.
Yeah, when I saw Panatom get the Light Blade from his passive, I was really hoping he was going to upgrade that into an Executioner or a Kins, but sells it out, picks up the Arendite, reveals the stealth of Morrigan, makes it really difficult for Dardes to play in these fights. No escape for the Morrigan.
And the Jade Dragons fans have been the wind in their sails ever since being 0-2 down yesterday. And don't get me wrong, there are plenty of Oni Warriors fans in the building as well. Plenty of noise when they win game numbers. Our analysts have set the stage just a little bit here. Hazer, what are some early priorities you're looking for in picks and bans?
So I think this is where the coaches really have to earn their money. As a former coach, I apparently didn't earn my money well enough on the world stage. Never quite managed to do it.
Welcome to
but
the
I
desk.
want to see, yeah, thanks.
You're good at it though. We're happy to have you.
I want to see the Hatchy Man prioritized by the Jade Dragons. I think that has been by far Coast's best pick. They have opted to swap sides though. The Jade Dragons in first pick last time, they lose that game, they get choice, and they go over to the second pick side, which means they won't have the option of first picking away that Hatchy. Maybe they're going to opt to go for a bit more of a throwaway ban, a bit more of a target ban, maybe take away the Gilgamesh.
Either the Dragons take it now or we go to another game 5. We'll see if the Oni Warriors can get it done in game number 4.
That's what we saw a lot of last game. Although last game, it was also coupled with fights on right. And now Sot goes in, has Panatom beside him. Nika forced to ult away, but Panatom with the chase in, and first blood to the Warriors, and second blood to the Warriors as Netrua gets aggressive in the duo lane.
Vulcan is a pseudo ADC for a reason. You get a couple seconds alone with an objective, and it absolutely dies, and that's what they're going for now. Gold Fury started up.
They should have exactly what they need. The Secure as well gets them even more in their pockets. Oni Warriors with Secure onto the Fury pull ahead even further. Now Nika trying to pull Panatom in. They want to fight and they want to try and win it, but you have to be careful the turnaround.
Playing with so much fire, so much aggression. Finally, we see a little bit of action. Blink in,
Dardes
jump right in the ult.
The lead Vegas and buy some time, but there's the knockup. Do you have the damage?
Pagon's got it.
Pagon's got what you need. You're back if you're Panatom, and immediately the shot opens up the mid lane. Too much of an answer. Could they start this FG?
They 100% could start this FG, and I want them to. SOT already tanking it up. This could be a bait, could not be. Doesn't matter. Vapor's Coast is nowhere in sight. This is a smart play from the Jade Dragons. Do not contest. Do not step forward. You cannot fight in this jungle.
It's almost 11,000 gold for the Warriors. Just 500 shy of jumping over that. Level 20 hit first, and every single roll.
2 runic bombs.
They've got 2 runic bombs, as you say. Pressure over on right. That bird gets deleted instantly, and the Dragons have no chance to respond. They finally step up with the damage. Oh man, it's going the other way. Mike can't play carefully enough. Taken down by Panatom. Lasbra taken down just after. The Warriors are looking to push in, and a great good damage forces out some Aegis, but you've got the DPS. It's on the Titan. The Warriors want a game 5, and the Dragons cannot stop them here. We're going the distance.
Not a single kill dropped. The Oni Warriors were not in a bad position that entire game. Pagon's ults were heat-seeking. He did not miss. The Jade Dragons.
And I think we can see the problems here. We've got a highlight in solo. There's a stereo kill in solo and duo, and then we see the jungler die, and then we see the mid laner die. Oni Warriors were dominating this game across the board. Lasbra cannot control the map like Panatom can. He's crushing it on this Susano. Pagon dominating the mid lane. Salt on the Bellona, now getting totems, now getting pressure in this solo lane. And I feel like the Jade Dragons just got it pretty much all wrong in the draft for this one. Am I reading that right?
You are.
2,613 damage from Lasbra on the man.
Lowest in the game.
Is a top 2 jungler pickup that's doing less than 3k damage in a game, less than a Kepri.
The sheer amount of draft capital spent on that pick makes that near inexcusable. Bring up the mood a little bit. You were 1 game away 2 games ago, but you're still 1 game away.
Yeah, what they need is energy, and what they need, I think, is to get off to a good start in this upcoming game. I want to see switch-ups in the pick and ban. I really want to see Coast try and get that Hatchy Man. I feel like he's been pretty ineffectual in the last 2 games. Duo pressure seems to be really important. I want to see them switch over to that first pick again. They lost that, so they do get choice off sides going into this one. I also think that one thing that the Jade Dragons did so well in the semi-final, we saw them reverse sweep in, is they changed their drafts. They changed their bans. And in mean, this set so far, it's been the Emoja, it's been the Odin, it's been the Thoth in all 4 games. I want to see a switch up. I want to see maybe the Kepri denied, maybe something else, but I want to see them change the challenge that they're giving the Oni Warriors. The Oni Warriors are too comfortable in the draft so far.
Duo lane, Lasbra used to be that guy. Early rotations over to the long, that's his bread and butter.
Yeah, they call it the Lasbra gank for a reason. Getting over to that Geo side of the map, level 3, level 4, and looking for those early kills, hanging around and just not going away. And I think that should be his strategy here. You want to put this Ymir behind. You want to let Genetics flounder in this game and not be able to get that wall leveled up, not deny those ways out, and make sure you can put him off to a bad start.
Let's soak it in here, fellas. Why don't we? One more time, Hazer, give me Dragons, give me Warriors.
Warriors.
It's so hard.
Inbound.
The curse hasn't been broken. Give me the Warriors.
Mifflin.
Oh, it's not easy, Dave. I gotta go Warriors, man. I'm in love with
Warriors
that Ymir
in
pick.
game 5. We will go Jade Dragons, Oni Warriors, game number 5.
Mike, the support, looking at a gank. There comes Final Judgment, not going to confirm much, but look at this, the blink in.
They've got Pagon right where they want him. The dash is good, but the
pullback
pullback is just a little stronger. Dardes gets first blood, and the Dragons look for a second. Lasbra puts them up on the board. 2-0 lead for the Dragons.
And
30 seconds. Beacon will be back, but 30 seconds is a long time to just stand around. Now, match, Sot with his rotation. Will have something to help out with, but will it be the Gold Fury? No, the burn from the Dragons extend their lead and give them a little more gold to work with. I mean, it's this game that I got in the entirety of the on-her game.
I'm surprised it took them this long to prioritize the pick, Gore, but look at this, Lasbra's got the cutoff. He's going in for net run. He's got so much damage.
Oh man, and the wall actually hurts him. Oh my God, Genetics kills his teammate, and it helps Lasbra out. Now the chase is on. Can you catch up to Panatom? You've got the banner. You've got to pull back, but a leap is a little stronger. Opening space a lot. Oh my God, Pagon almost killed off by Dardes in mid, and no way can this connect. Just shy, just to the right, but oh man, the Dragons are cooking.
To wall off Netroid, but ends up locking him in place. Tier 1 tower goes down. Genetics takes some damage, but here comes Panatom.
You've got the aggression. Lasbra walled away. Damage being taken. Has to play carefully, but the hammer dropped from Sot. Kills off the jungler Panatom. Tossed into a tower. Meanwhile, Genetics zoned out by Nika, but he can't get the kill. He can't lock him down. You need a little assistance to get out of there. Luckily, the jungler was waiting for you. Stun. Great from Netroid. You're trading this one out. Luckily for Genetics, he keeps his life, and the Warriors pick up a couple. Charlie, they are going to fall back, and they are going to start trying to burn this Fire Giant. 19 minutes into this game. Sot and Genetics are right there, and they're looking like they're going to 50-50 as soon as they have the burn to get the damage. They do. They get the fire, and now the chase is on. Panatom is low, and Lasbra has his target. Sot is burned by a Vaporish Coast. Now, you've got Panatom dead to rights. You've got the Warriors running back in mid. Genetics locks himself down, can't get anything done. Double for the carry. Pagon gets one, but he's gonna lose his life for it.
He jukes around, he gets one. Netroid has to go back to base. The tier 2 tower is the target here. They don't have minions. The Phoenix was never the option, but the tier 2 will drop down. The Jade Dragons with Fire Giant on 4. The Jade Dragons have a very easy strategy here. They just drop all the ultimates and focus out the Phoenix, and here comes the Titan.
Yeah, the Titan joins the Dragons on right. Nika goes into zone. They just want to get the bird. That's the main target, and goes the damage. They've got exactly what they need. Phoenix taken off the board. Dragons crack open the base of the Warriors in, and at least sets up a defense.
Good win to Samash. Stalls this one out for a bit, but there's some low health bars on the side of the Oni Warriors, and the Titan is still around. That mid Phoenix should drop, and it will. Pagon charged up. The Judgment could not send it out. You'll grab 2 Phoenixes call, but look at this, SOT, Panatom, they're pretty far forward, and it looks like the Jade Dragons want to fight.
They're going for the cutoff path. Panatom has to play carefully, and you need what you need, but he didn't blink in time, and the damage not quite there for the Dragons, but you've got Sot surrounded by 5. The crits ringing true for Vaporish Coast. Force Sot to fall back. He's gone! The damage! They've got what they need to at least crack this open. Panatom jumps to the back immediately. He's gone! But oh my God, Coast! Oh my God, Coast! He does what's needed!
He gets the crits. One more Phoenix to go. The Jade Dragons don't want to overstep here. The Titan should be the target, but they're playing it slow.
Minions on right. The Jade Dragons on the precipice of a championship, and they're going to do it. They're going to walk forward and break the curse and win a championship.
You hear that crowd, Gorm. The curse is broken. The dragons will not be slain.
Nico, how does it feel to finally be holding the hammers to be the champion?
I've been playing, this is my 8th year playing, and you know, I felt like every year I got closer and closer, and I'm just so glad end of Smite 1 we can finally close it out, and I love this team so much. I'm so proud of all of us, and yeah, I love you guys as well. Thank you so much for the support. We couldn't have done it without you, and this is just like the best day of my life, honestly. Like, I can't even describe it. I'm just lost for words.
No, couldn't get to them, but it was just all that early game. With a comp like this, the Jade Dragons able to open out that early game, and they just ripped objectives every single time. There was no chance to hit them because you didn't see them. They went to gold, and they dropped the Atlas ult, and they bursted it down before anybody could get a look in. Just incredible play by them. To do that, I don't think people understand just how hard it is to make those calls and stick to them in this circumstances.
But only one of them can win MVP. I'm sure the rest are not concerned. They've got the big one. They've got the hammer. They won the whole thing. But let's find out who your MVP of this weekend was with Kelly on the stage.
I have the absolute pleasure to announce our MVP of this Smite World Championships, and it is Dardez. You all deserve it. Dardez, congratulations. Your entire team did incredibly well. But I have to ask, from your side, representing the Jade Dragons, what is it about your team that skyrocketed you to victory?
I actually don't know what to say. I think the crowd was such a big part of it. Honestly, you just carried us so hard. I don't think we would have done it without you guys, so.
So for one last time in Season 10, thank you so much for watching. We love you all, and we'll see you soon.